Welcome to Cooking with Faigy, Chanukah edition. Today we're making 3 kinds of donuts from all around the world with Yaakov Galen.
Let's do it.
Let's go. We are going to be trying Moroccan donuts, which are called
Sfinge.
And then we're gonna have some good old American peanut butter and jelly donuts. And lastly, we are going to try some Indian Gulub Jamnun.
Yes. They're not necessarily donuts.
They're not
but
donuts.
We're throwing it in there because why not?
Because they're
it's fried.
in oil.
Fried dough.
Fried. We love fried dough. Okay, so let's get started. Sfinge requires yeast. We're gonna get started on our yeast mixture. I got the yeast, you got the water. 2 teaspoons yeast.
And this is gonna do what to the donut?
1 1/4 cup water. It's gonna help it rise. We're gonna give it like a little bit of a stir, not too much.
So these are not like American donuts. They're not as sweet.
They're savory.
They're savory. But shout out to the Moroccan community. They make these on Chanukah.
So here we have our yeast. We're gonna add 3 cups of flour. And you got the salt?
Yeah, I got you on the salt.
Salt. Chanukah and donuts. It's just like peanut butter and jelly.
I can't imagine Chanukah without donuts.
I can't imagine.
If I had to do Chanukah without donuts, it would be very sad Chanukah.
Hanukkah without donuts would be a sad holiday. You know what it is? It's like, as a kid, I always thought like Dunkin' Donuts was like the epitome of donuts. But then when I got to Israel and I saw like Sfinge.
Oh, they go nuts.
Ooh. So the miracle of Hanukkah was twofold. There was one with the war, and then the second one is actually the miracle of the light. You know, after the war was won, they're like, okay, now we're good and we can go back. And then they started cleaning up, and then that's where the whole miracle of oil started to like manifest. They realized like, we want to light the menorah. Why? What does the menorah represent? Besides making a very good ugly sweater.
Shout out to the ugly sweaters, by the way. I'm just kneading it, that's all I'm doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
When the menorah was lit, it represented something more than just like a nice little lantern in the Beis Hamikdash. The menorah represented the chachma, the wisdom of the Jewish people, which is very much connected to the Torah. So we have the R of the menorah, which really represents the wisdom and the Torah of the Jewish people. And when they like destroyed all the oil, and what they were trying to do is they were trying to get into the chachma of the Yidden. They were trying to say like, don't think that your Torah is any different than any other scholarly book that we've been read. And they were trying to suck that light out, to draw that light out. And what we do is we take the oil and we light our menorah with it. And even if it's a little bit of light, it really, like the Rebbe always says, a little bit of light dispels a lot of darkness. So the light of the menorah is really there to show us that we still have our Torah. And the fact that they were able to find a little bit of oil is like, oh, the Torah, we're still connected. And then once they lit it and then it lit for 8 days, they're like, oh, we'll have Torah forever.
Crazy. And then, of course, Jews are like, well, what do we do with oil? We also have to cook with it. So
and we have to cook with a lot of it, not just a little bit, with a lot of it. So we're not just
pan frying, we're gonna deep fry this.
We're gonna deep fry these donuts.
But how are we looking so far?
Okay, we're looking amazing. Yeah, we're gonna roll it into a ball.
Right now, we're ready good?
Yeah, we'll do it like this. Here.
You're up. The Rambam's father, Rav Maimon ben Yosef, I think his name was, he had a whole piece. He wrote a whole piece about how we should take that minhag seriously of frying in oil. So he has a whole kuntres about it. So it goes back like, you know, a long time, this minhag to like fry things in oil. So eat your donuts, okay? And
fry those donuts.
Fry those donuts. And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of a little fried donut, you know what I'm saying? You got the approval of the Rambam's father.
Okay, we're gonna cover this with saran wrap and we're gonna let this sit for about an hour until it doubles in size.
Amazing.
Okay, next, moving right along. So this is gonna be a little bit more traditional style. We're gonna go with like more of an American donut. And there's just like such crazy donuts out there now.
Crazy.
I love donuts, but like I don't love the jelly. Like that's my problem. And I know. So we're gonna do a little bit of a spin on this. We're gonna do peanut butter and jelly today. The origin of actual donuts, where does that come from?
The stuffed jelly donut that we all know and love was a European thing. Sugar was expensive, and so it was like you would eat it on a holiday. And then the Jews were like, we like this. And then when everybody went to Israel during 48, 67, whatever it was.
Sufganiyah.
That's where it comes from.
So this is a dairy version.
Let's do it.
You can make it parve with like almond milk and parve butter, but we're going like full on milk, right? There is also a concept to having dairy on.
Oh. Yehudis.
Right,
she fed him cheese and wine.
She fed Halifarnas cheese and wine, put him to sleep, chopped his head off, and that was like one of the beginning signs of the war. Yehudis was actually, I recently learned, the sister of Yehuda Maccabee.
Oh.
2 teaspoons yeast and 1/4 cup of water. You can give that a little stir. While that's proofing, we're going to mix 3/4 of a cup of warm milk, And we also have 5 tablespoons of butter. So here's the butter, the warm milk. So into this mixture, you can add the flour.
Gotcha.
You know, with like my kids, I always give them like the easy thing,
Yeah,
like, you know.
this is the hard one.
This one's the hard one. We got it?
We're good, yeah. Missed a little bit.
Okay.
It's all part of the fun.
And then let's stir this down before we add the next ingredients. You can add the sugar, salt,
eggs.
and the eggs, it's 1 egg. Oh, it's 1 egg and 1 egg yolk.
1 egg and 1 egg yolk.
Yeah.
So we have 2 eggs in here though.
It's just 1 yolk.
That's 1 yolk?
It's 1,
There's 2 yolks and...
sorry,
Oh.
2 yolks, 1 white.
There you go.
Here we go, okay. Okay.
Time to knead. Straight onto the counter.
Go for it, yeah. I feel like it's missing an ingredient. It's very dry. Oh, the yeast.
Oh,
Oh, there we go.
have some fun with it. Don't follow the recipe. I don't think I've ever had a peanut butter and jelly donut. All right, so give me your top 3 favorite donut flavors.
Top 3 favorite donuts. Number 1 is definitely caramel. I'm like a big caramel yid. I love that flavor, especially like a dairy caramel. I know it's not really like donut flavory, but I do love cookies and cream. Third, you know, like the Entenmann's, which I don't think Entenmann's are really such the crumbs.
Ooh.
All crumb.
So I'm from Philly, and the Entenmann's factory is in Philly. So I was always very proud of my Entenmann's. I have a family minhag to eat a box of Entenmann's donuts right before Pesach. You know, like
The whole box?
the whole box. How we look?
Oh, that's looking great. Let's go. The concept of like the filling of donuts is like, it's really what's inside that counts. It's like the Pniyimos of the donut. Like, you will define a donut based on the filling. Okay, we're gonna let this rise, shape it. Oh, it's perfect. Okay,
So rewarding.
it's yeah, it's a lot of
You
hard
know, like
work.
we're creating something for nothing.
I'll put this into proof, and now, oh, the next one's gonna be fun.
So as we were prepping this video, I was very excited to bring this up because I don't really necessarily think this is a Hanukkah dish. Indian Jews will eat this on Rosh Hashanah because it has like a sweet flavor. But when Faigy said donuts, I said, let's try this.
And this is Gulub Jamnun. These are dairy, and we're gonna stick with dairy. We're not even giving you a power of option.
Yeah, no power option.
Okay, so we're gonna make our sauce first, which is going to incorporate saffron. Have you used saffron?
I've used saffron. I made saffron rice.
Saffron is good.
It imparts a really cool flavor, right? Like a yellowish. These are like shefa donuts. It's
So now we're gonna put the saffron, cardamom,
cardamom.
and this calls for a very fine granulated sugar because we want it to dissolve nicely.
There you go.
There we go.
That's a lot of sugar.
And the rose water.
These ingredients smell insane.
Yeah, these are amazing. Okay, so we're gonna reduce this. We'll put this on the stove top. We are now reducing the sugar, the saffron, the rose water, and the cardamom. It smells amazing. We're making a syrup for, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make the dough and we're gonna roll it into small balls. We're actually gonna, after they're fried, we're gonna let them sit in the syrup for 2 to 3 hours.
Sick.
Yum.
Do you know about the Jews of India? The origin story is that Shlomo HaMelech was trading stuff for spices in India.
Wow.
And he had people go down to India, like his business people.
Wow.
And they started communities there. So there's Jews in, like they're called Cochin Jews.
I love trying things from like different countries because it's like, it's that collecting sparks idea. It's like that you didn't have been in all these places. Let's incorporate all those places and like bring out like the spark of those places.
That's cool.
Okay, how are we doing over here?
It's
It's not really reducing. Am I doing it on, is it too high?
definitely been 10 minutes. And I don't see any.
Oh,
Did we?
it needs 500 milliliters of water.
There you go. Do you believe in miracles? Now we're making the dough.
Now we're making the dough. Okay, cardamom,
Sugar.
baking powder, flour, milk.
A lot of dishes to clean.
Okay, so now we're gonna stir this. Now we're gonna crumble this in, okay?
Sweet. That's just melted butter.
It's, yeah, just room temperature. Okay, now it calls for 1 tablespoon yogurt, some lemon juice.
Lemon. The smells of this specific recipe are amazing.
Soft. So now what we'll do is, we have to form these into little walnut-shaped balls. What's the Pniyimos of a circle? Everybody thought that the world was flat, right? Up until who? Flat
Until
world people.
Christopher Columbus?
Galileo.
Galileo.
Galileo was actually like, literally like put into Tehran. He was like excommunicated for thinking saying that the world was round. And you should just know that, I learned this from Rav Ari Bergman, whenever information comes down to the world, it can be accessed by everybody. So while Galileo and Sir Isaac Newton were like discovering gravity and that the world was round, the Arizal was in Sfas learning like Kabbalah.
Whoa.
So that was a very big shift in the world from people thinking that the world was flat and at a certain point you're gonna like fall off versus that it's round, and realizing that the sun is at the center and that the earth revolves around the sun. Up until then, everybody was very self-centered. Everyone was like, oh, the earth is everything. But with Galileo and with the telescope and with Sir Isaac Newton like discovering gravity and all those things, we realized that the world was actually round and that there is no beginning and there are no end. And that idea is a very like Kabbalistic concept that like time is not linear. It's not like, oh, there's a beginning and an end. Like when you get to the end, there's another beginning, and then we keep going and going. So
such a scary thought,
but it's like Rabbi Nachman always says, look, when you get to the top of the mountain, only to see another one. Like there's another one there. So you've overcome certain things, and then
time to go to the next.
Always growing. Always growing.
Like there's a lot of Torah to a donut.
A lot of Torah to it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. We are going to shape our donuts now.
Time to shape them.
Okay, peanut butter and jelly. Ready?
Let's do it. So are we gonna go for like the sufganiyah shape?
I think this
or
one we're
circles?
gonna go with sufganiyah shape. Cut that in half. We'll cut them into 8 donuts.
And then just turn into a ball? That's it?
Yeah.
That simple?
That's simple.
If you make the donuts, you get to eat them because you get a workout also.
Okay, we're gonna let these rise. I feel like they're a little uneven. It's okay, you didn't come in all shapes and sizes.
There you go. Who needs base measures? You just come cook with Faigy in the kitchen and you get all the Torah you need.
Next up is
Sfinge.
Sfinge.
Shout out to the Moroccans. You can find, obviously it's not kosher, but you can find Sfinge being sold in Morocco at like all the street carts.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's like a very common
This is a
thing.
very eerie, feel it.
Yeah, it feels way different.
Yeah, not
Why
dense.
is that? Because it doesn't have much sugar?
It has very little sugar.
Right.
The sugar's
Was
only
it-
in the coating.
They come in like little circles, little rings. I don't think I've ever made challah in my entire life.
No, we gotta get you another episode. We should do challah and sourdough.
I would love to do that.
Yeah.
That'd be so much fun. I'm excited to try the Sfinge.
Sfinge?
Yeah, because like I don't know what it tastes like. I know what a donut tastes like. I've had the Indian one.
I've never had
one
this
or this
Indian
one?
one.
All right.
Your oil's popping.
Oh, my oil's popping? Okay.
What's the Torah of dough?
What's the Torah of dough? So let's say like the
shape
feminine
it.
energy in the kitchen is really what I very much connect to. I think that the ability to take all these ingredients, to be able to take staples like flour, sugar, water, and be able to create something with it. It's taking all those ingredients, taking all the basics, and then sometimes in like Kabbalistic terms, we refer to it as like the chachma. Like we have these ideas, we have a recipe, we have everything, but to actually take all those ingredients and create something with it is the bina aspect of it, where it takes it, it grows it, it builds it, it literally lets it rise, and it's a very feminine energy. So that's why I just really like to hang out in the kitchen. Now we're gonna go over here.
Time
Oh,
to
I
fry.
smell oil. Whoa,
So how do I do it? I just drop it in with my hand?
drop it very
All right.
carefully. Yeah,
Alrighty. Don't get burned.
it needs about 5 to 7 minutes.
Shout out to all our Indian Jews. We're about to make you proud. Okay.
Okay,
And we're all in.
all in. Next up is jelly donuts.
Jelly donuts.
Jelly donuts. Ooh, oh my God, they're perfect.
I know they look sick.
And next up we got Sfinge.
Sfinge it is. These are the lightest, like the airiest.
Yeah.
Hey, give me a Chanukah Torah. Give me something I can say over.
You know, like what the Greeks really wanted to do is, they didn't want to kill us. In the Purim story, they wanted to physically kill us. Lahashmid, Laharog, right? That was their goal. But when it came to Hanukkah, they were like, it's fine, you could stay alive. You just can't keep the Torah.
No Torah.
And the idea of what they were trying to say was that, like, they believed in the world of nature. They believed that there was higher powers, but they didn't believe that the higher powers and the physical world was able to merge. They didn't understand that concept. All they saw is what you see is what you get. They believed in physicality. They
Right.
believed in everything of this
A donut's
physical
just
world.
a donut.
A donut's
we
just a
believe
donut.
a donut has a Torah.
Right. So that what they did to us is that they didn't let us keep the Torah. They didn't let us keep Shabbos. They said every day of the week is just the same. Why are you elevating one day? And what we were trying to show to them is that no, there is a way of merging the worlds of physicality and spirituality.
These ones I feel like are ready.
Are ready? Okay, so let's go. Well, we're ready for toppings?
Toppings it is.
Let's go.
I'm very excited. All right, what do we have in this mixture over here? We got
Okay, so for the Sfinge, we're gonna dip it in cinnamon sugar.
Yum.
Okay, and I'll start with the Gulub Jamon, and I'm gonna place them into that saffron mixture, just like that. Ooh.
Smells amazing.
These are supposed to like sit and marinate for some nice time. And then we're gonna top it with some pistachios. I feel like everything Indian has like some pistachios on it.
I think pistachio is a very underrated ingredient.
It's just the green color is like so gorgeous.
It's a beautiful color, it's a great taste. It's got texture, it's got it all.
We're at the final phase of our donuts and we're up to the topping part, which is really my favorite. And here we have coated our Sfinge. Our Gulub Jamnuns are soaking, okay? And now we are going to stuff our peanut butter and jelly donuts. Let's go. This is the fun part. Okay.
And now we fill.
Ooh.
This is very fun. You gotta try this. Look at that.
Oh my goodness.
How sick does that look? I think we should do powdered sugar on top of these.
Yes,
Here.
we should.
You wanna try?
Okay.
Wanna give it a go?
Yeah, let's try. Here, Levi Yitzchak, hold this. You hold the donut.
Oh wow, looks sick.
It also like oozes back up.
Yeah, I love it. Not normal.
It tastes like those Uncrustable peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
But like 1,000 times better.
Yeah. Oh
Like
my
if you took
God.
Uncrustables and made it a billion times better, that's what this is. Highly recommend a peanut butter jelly donut for your Hanukkah. Should we try the Sfinge now?
When it comes to Hanukkah, it's all about, you know, like when it comes to any Jewish holiday, we're always like, oh, they tried to kill us.
Let's eat.
Let's eat. So the idea of like they tried to kill us is that every enemy that we've ever had is only really there for a reason for us to be able to like improve ourselves. So the fact that like we've gone to these places, what are we like? What's the Pniyimos of Galus? Like what's the Pniyimos of going into like being absorbed by another country or another country trying to kill us? Is that there is like a nitzas, like a spark of Hashem inside of that, and we need to draw that out. And every enemy that ever has gone to us or any country that we've ever visited, what the Jews try to do is they try to go in there and draw out the goodness from that country. Galus is on purpose. Like we're supposed to be experiencing these like. We're supposed to have these tastes. We're supposed to be experiencing different countries. It's not just supposed to be salt and pepper, like you said. It's not just like paprika and onion powder.
Yeah, we gotta get a little cardamom in there.
So like as we taste this, we try to like tap into like the different energies and different cultures that the Jewish people have been exposed to throughout their journeys in Galus.
And on that note, should we try the Sfinge from Morocco?
Let's go. Let's go to Morocco.
There's a great crunch when you bite into it. It's not overly sweet. I would even dip this into like something like a chocolate syrup or something. If you want that super sweet. It's just not a donut.
It has like a zeppeli texture.
Exactly.
It has like a zeppeli texture.
No, that's a great call. It's almost like a pizza crust.
It's like a
If you had
pizza
just
crust.
a pizza crust.
Ooh.
Finale.
Finale. This one I feel like I'm very proud of.
It was the most complex. L'chaim. Wow. That's a crazy flavor explosion. This is insane.
This is crazy.
This is insane.
I'll send some home with you.
There you have it. 3 different donuts from around the world. We should do this again.
That was really fun.
We should have Hanukkah every week, if we could.
Okay.
I'd be a massive, like, snowball.
You know what? We have Eid Hanukkah to be able to enjoy all these different things and these different treats, but like, they also don't feel, this one doesn't feel so heavy.
It doesn't.
No.
You're right.
This feels great.
Happy Hanukkah!
Wow.
Thanks for having me.
Oh my
This was
gosh,
great.
thank you for coming.
This was sick.
So